While any candidate for the RHCE should already know the basic functions of a DNS server, let's make that functionality explicit. A DNS server resolves host names, or fully qualified domain names, to IP addresses. And assuming the DNS server database is properly configured, it can also do the reverse. In other words, it can resolve IP addresses into host names or fully qualified domain names. But what is a fully qualified domain name? Let's take www.vtc.com. For example. Atop the hierarchy is actually the dot, not .com, but the dot at the end of the address. We never have to enter it in a web browser because the dot at the end of the address is assumed. But it's there as part of the fully qualified domain name. Top-level domains such as .com, .net, .org, and so on are actually subdomains. The top-level dot is also known as the root domain. The authoritative DNS servers are distributed in 13 locations worldwide. If you've installed the caching name server package, you can find this list in the var/name/name.ca configuration file. Each of these 13 servers in the root domain can call upon authoritative DNS servers for .com, .net, and so on. Then the authoritative DNS server, or at least one of the authoritative DNS servers, in this case for .com, can find the authoritative DNS server for the vtc.com domain. And generally, the authoritative DNS server for vtc.com includes the authoritative information for the VTC web server at www.vtc.com. Or if not, it can at least call up the right DNS server. The standard DNS service for Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5 is the Berkeley Internet Name Domain, also known by its acronym BIND. It's the default DNS server for Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5. While BIND is far from the only domain name service available, it is the default readily available for our operating system. If you're taking the RHCE exam, you will want to learn to configure DNS, at least as a slave and a caching name server, and we'll do that in following videos.